Hi MK, salam and good morning to you and the rest of AHRC. It's a cold but beautiful morning. I thought I'd take you on a run with me and I ask you a couple of questions. So let's go.
Welcome to episode 291 of the AHRC Marathon Training Vlog. MK here, and it's Monday, recovery day. Always look forward to recovery day, even though I'm pretty beat up after a tough Sunday workout, because we get to shake out the legs a little bit on a nice easy jog. And we have a late start to the run this morning since the kids have a day off from school today. Awesome. Hey Evan, what do cats, art, and running have in common?
I don't know, Daddy. What do they have in common?
My good friend Heidi Moreno's Instagram. It is awesome. Go check it out. Hey, Evan, how stoked are you to crack 3:30 in the marathon in Ventura?
Really stoked.
Awesome. You know what's the best way to get ready for that race?
I know.
Join us for a shakeout run at Mission Park at 10 o'clock on Saturday. Let's go. The expo opens at 11, so after we do a 4-mile shakeout run, we can just head on over to the expo for packet pickup. All right. You can find the invite for the shakeout run on our Strava club. You can find our club by searching for AHRC. My friend Homi is a beast of a runner. He runs marathons in the desert. Homi is 34 years old and has been running for 3 years now. He's also been dealing with a couple of injuries this past year, just like me, and is on his comeback as well. Homi has some rapid fire questions for me. All right, Homi, fire away.
I've been doing a lot of jogging. I really dive deep into my aerobic training. I started researching. I bought the Big Yellow Book by Phil Maffetone, and about my math number 180 minus your age, so my math number is 146. Subtract 5 from it, so it's 141. If I'm not mistaken, 141 is my zone 2, so when I do math running, I'm actually doing zone 2 running. Is that correct?
Yes, your heart rate zone 2 is the same as your math heart rate. You should be at between 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate and be able to hold a conversation pretty comfortably, just like you were doing on your video.
That brings me to my next big issue, my cadence, as we have talked about it earlier. When I started running, I tried to fix my cadence. It was really challenging. As you said, as you guessed, I had mechanic issues. I didn't move my hand and shoulders as much as I needed to, and that prevented me from having a higher cadence. It's really improved since I've been working on it. 166 right now, but as I said, I'm a really slow runner, slower than all my friends who run. When I was on an incline while running, I can't keep my cadence higher than 160. If the uphill is too steep, I can't keep it higher than 145. So I would love to know your take on that.
Hey, I think this is a really common problem, and I think that a lot of people have trouble on difficult portions of their run course, especially on inclines or hills. You can keep your cadence up by standing tall and shortening your steps slightly. And you don't have to really measure your steps or consciously think about the length of your steps. If you just stand tall and you match your cadence to your metronome, you will naturally decrease your stride length because there's more resistance on the incline. So just keep your cadence going, stand tall, and keep good form in your upper body.
people running their math training in their 110 zone, 110 heart rate, 110, 113. I look at the heart rate data on your run, MK, when you were running math, and it was like 110. And I mean, while warming up, doing my leg swings, I surpassed that number. So please tell me what to do.
Don't worry, your heart rate, your resting heart rate, and your heart rate at aerobic activity will decrease as time goes on. Over a long period of time, as you develop more cellular mitochondria, as those mitochondria migrate towards the cell wall, your lungs begin to develop a better ability to pass oxygen into the bloodstream, and your heart improves in elasticity and strength. Your heart rate will go down, homie. You just gotta trust the process and be patient. After my injury, it was really frustrating for me on my comeback because my heart rate was so high in comparison to before, both my resting heart rate and my heart rate at activity. And I was having a hard time mentally also. I was suffering and the pain was just so intolerable. But since I had such a really big base and a long history, it didn't take very long for me to rebound and start to get in the groove again. And I would say after about 15 days of good, hard, solid running, I've been able to kind of recognize the old MK. Not quite there yet, but well on our way of coming back.
You were the person who suggested I should run slow instead of doing VO2 max training and interval runs. And about my VO2 max is calculated by my watch. Since I've been doing slow jogging, my VO2 max already embarrassingly low. It dropped by 2 points. What's up about that? Is that correct? I know watches are not 100% reliable for calculating by your VO2 max, but I felt because I haven't been doing any speed training, it might be dropping because of that.
Although aerobic endurance takes a long time to grow and develop, because a lot of cellular processes have to change, speed at VO2 max is rather quick to develop. You can look to plateauing your speed at VO2 max if you train really hard in about 5 to 7 weeks. But it's just as quick to lose speed at VO2 max as it is to gain it. So yes, if you are experiencing a decrease in your VO2 max score, it's because you haven't been doing it, but that's okay, because right now you're in a different phase of your running, homie. You're in your base building aerobic endurance phase. And the advantage of staying away from faster speeds during this phase is to protect yourself, because as you build your aerobic endurance, you will also be strengthening your ligaments, your tendons, your muscles, and your bones, because all those minutes of running accumulated over time will help make you very resilient, so that when it is time to start a really intense training block, you can rebound after hard VO2 max sessions.
How much can I trust my Chorus app regarding my recovery, my training load? It suggests training load ranges that I should stay in. It's on 4 blocks, like 3 weeks of increased intensity and 1 week of recovery. I've been listening to it, but I don't know how much I can trust it.
I think it's good to get good sleep data from your Chorus app. It's also pretty good as a race predictor. Chorus has been pretty accurate at predicting all of my races, except for my shorter races. It always has me running faster than what I can do. So I don't think it's really kind of taking into account that I have 49-year-old bones. So homie, if you're wearing your watch 24/7, then I would say the accuracy improves even more. And you can get some really good sleep data from it. If you're entering in your weight, you can also get some good information about caloric intake as well. So you're gonna have to kind of make a judgment call on that.
Gonna keep working it, just gonna keep do what I've been doing, because I'm seeing actual progress, and it's real progress, not just something I feel. It's actually based on facts. My heart rate, my cadence, my training data is showing that I'm improving, although little by little, but it's actually working. So I'm gonna do that. Actually today I was able to do 45 minutes of zone 2 running. For the first time I was able to float and bring my heart rate down while floating, and I didn't have to stop. And my cadence, my average cadence, was actually higher than 160. So that's actually factual progress if you ask me. So yeah, my last question would be, what should I do to give some diversity to my training? Should I include strides? Should I keep doing what I'm doing? I don't know, 100-meter on and offs. Let me know.
That's so awesome to hear about all the progress that you're making with your heart rate and your cadence, homie. So proud of you. Once you feel like you're at a weekly volume that you would like to train at, and you can sustain that volume for 4 to 5 weeks without any niggles or injury, then you're ready to diversify your running. But before you start hammering super intense workouts, it is a good idea to do like you say and incorporate strides into your weekly schedule. And even though strides are super short and they seem relatively easy, make sure you start slow, you start shorter, and you progress them week by week.
Let me just take this chance to absolutely thank you, MK, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, you and your family and the crew, of course, for doing what you're doing. I know for someone who's looking for somebody to tell them what to do, somebody to be precise and on point, it really means so much to me. And of course, that's just in running, and your attitude in life, being so hardworking, it's just a lesson in life, just not just running. That's why I called you a guru so many times. For me, it's something more than just running. And of course, I know running wise, there are so many people out there like me who are looking for such content and find this kind of stuff helpful.
That is so generous of you to call me your guru, homie. That's awesome. Thanks so much. I think a lot of our viewers are going to find your questions and my answers really relatable and helpful. Thanks for asking them. So much gratitude to our Patreon team, Heidi Rue, Anita Chu, and Alvin Ma. Thank you so much. We really can't do it without you. Do you like these tips? Then smash that like button. And do you want to receive them every day? Then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of our daily vlog. No workouts for the kids during taper week, except for dress rehearsal. But I'm going to have a medium long run tomorrow and continue my build in preparation for the Boston Marathon. Thanks for coming with us all the way to the end of this 6-mile recovery run. Yeah, my legs are feeling way better than they were feeling before. Hey homie, take it away.
yeah, that's it. I'm feeling absolutely great today. Training was great, the scenery is great, and the day is great. So I hope you have a great day and a meaningful run. Homi out.